Okay, so Judansha, kick us off.
はい。気をつけ。後ろ回って右利きと帯をなす。正面。正座。
Oh, there it is.
You're all right. Should we stand?
No, I'm right. I'll make it through this part.
はい。目標。目標やめ。
Hey, you outside, outside.
はい。先生にね。お願いします。
お願いします。That actually not pretty good.
先生方にね。お願いします。
お願いします。Ooh.
先生方にね。こんばんは、先生。
Check engine light came on my back earlier today, and it's still freaking there. So, anyway, all right. So, yeah, I thought we'd do a little Bo. What I was thinking was, Judansha, do you have a Joe? Or do you have a Joe in there, right?
I have a Joe, yes.
Okay, so you should be able to beat up on Bob.
I think so.
Okay, cool. Because that's what I was thinking of doing is like when we we'll walk through basics, and one of the things we'll do is walk through basics. That way we'll be able to actually hit something. So, Adam, do you have enough space to work with will your guys stand up to a beating? Your training
We'll
partner
see.
there? I like that I like that attitude. All right, well, first, Adam, why don't you run us through some warm-ups?
All right.
I'll see what I can do.
Feet apart, hands out, turn side to side.
Oh, well, that felt kind of good.
Over the top.
That's
Twist.
right out of the gate. It's like, hey, let's do everything to pulse back.
Side, bend side to side.
See, this is he's trying to eliminate. That's why he's trying to move up that way.
Trying to help you stretch it out so it won't hurt.
Oh, okay, whatever, Pollyanna.
Around the world.
Uh-huh. Oh. Have the snows receded yet there, Judansha?
So what?
Have the snows receded?
It finally got warm enough to melt the ice on the streets, so
Yeah.
Hands out, touch your toes.
still got some left in other places, but I think it's drivable. We'll find out after class tonight.
Reach behind, touch your heel.
We had the last ice storm and finally got the power and everything back. And I was talking to my boss at the time, and he's like, hey, how long were you out without power? It was like 8 days or whatever. And he's like, well, is there
Hours.
anything you need? He said, is there anything you need? Is there anything? And I was like, well, I'm already in shorts, so no, we're okay. It's just we had to, I'd have the sun come out for a day or so, and then boom, I'm back in shorts and slippers.
Cross your knees.
Well, the sun was out all day today, but it didn't get above freezing till
Freezing.
Knees up.
afternoon.
Yeah,
So, but it got to like 45 degrees.
yeah, I mean, the ground's probably pretty warm, really, so.
Of course,
Doesn't take a whole lot.
Inside crescents.
it didn't help that my uh uh thermostat lost connection to my phone, so it didn't think I was home. So I was wondering why I was getting cold and it was like 65 degrees in here.
You must not be.
Outside crescent.
That's why mine is just like whenever I'm working back in the office and I don't pass in front of it every so often. It just
Yeah,
assumes I'm gone and so.
that's essentially what happened. Well, it's supposed to hold home. And so my phone didn't leave the geofence. So it should have assumed I was still at home.
Right.
But
Shout. Side squats.
it didn't for some reason. And then I've had various smoke detectors start chirping. The batteries are going dead.
Squats.
And it's like, well, I can't go get them. Can't go get replacement batteries. So
And down. Forward. Reach back. Forward. Elbow to the ground. Right foot on top of your left. Reach for your left heel. Switch.
What, did you catch any of that weather, Adam?
It got cold, not very snowy. Like it was negative
Yeah.
17. Guess negative 25 in commie units. Right leg across. Reach forward. But I'm the one who can translate between them, so I might be the real communist.
not communist, it's socialist.
That's right.
No, the C stands for communism and the F stands for freedom.
Oh,
That's right.
okay. Freedom.
Right behind and twist. Switch. Left leg across. Reach to your right. Switch. Oh, not switch. Twist.
Something.
Words.
Words.
When it comes to these warm-ups, a heavyweight gi is the best resistance band you could have.
Once again, advantage of balance.
Legs apart. Across. Across. To the middle. Across. Across. Middle. Move your butt forward, move your legs out. Again.
Okay.
And one more time. Scooch forward, scoot your legs out. Cross, cross. No.
I'm failing to see what the difference is. Are you just
No
spreading your
difference.
legs wider every time?
I am supposed to be spreading my legs wider every time, yes.
Okay.
Ideally.
Both hands on the floor. Roll your shoulders. Left leg bent. Right ankle on top. Sit down, hip abductor.
Oh.
Switch, right down, left on top. Find that the closer you start to a proper table position, the more stretch you get. Butterfly. Left hand on your knee, look across. Switch. Lest you forget, grab your ankles or your feet. Right, get out.
Drew's favorite ones.
Switch.
Really works the stabilizing muscles of your butt.
Both legs out. Both legs together.
Yeah, that's not it.
On your left side. Grab your right leg, put it straight up. In the front.
Your foot
Behind.
touch, is your foot touching the floor in front or not?
Not.
Okay.
Now, foot comes down way behind, as far back as you can. Reach your arm back towards the back corner. Switch. Left leg up. Forward. Back. Down. Reach towards the back. On your back, hands behind your head. Roll your hips. As best you can, elbows stay on the floor. Now, one leg leads, the other follows across. Left leg, right leg up, roll your ankle. Switch. Grab both ankles. Now hold the V-sit. Mild V-sit. 10 sit-ups and out. Cross your ankles, elbows to knees. V-ups, 10. And 10 normal sit-ups. On your front. First, to the chest, arch your back. Number 10, stick your back leg back. Hook kick. Switch, other leg. Chest, arch your back. Stick your leg back. Hook kick. Push up position. Go halfway down. Push-ups. Up. Legs apart. Squat halfway down. Squats. Warm-ups.
Warm ups. I feel sufficiently warm. Ah. We'll say that backwards. All right. All right. You got a lay on? What's up?
Yeah. People at work were giving me crap about, you know, oh, he looked weird. And like, the stare was creeping him out and stuff. So I put sunglasses and a hat on. I put the shirt on him though for a little bit more realism, something to grab like I would have, you know,
Mhm.
here in real life. Because his pleather body is really tight.
Yeah.
It's hard to grab. So it's
I'm
added
gonna
some.
get a I'm gonna get like a, I don't know, a double XL gi top or something. Put it on that way you can actually, grab them. All right. So Drew Don Show, why don't you walk us through basics, but so now we'll have an actual target to be able to hit with however much power it is that you think you should.
Hi. Hi, Sensei. All right. Number one, standard overhead strike. Alternate each time. We'll start with it on your left side. Come on. Each. Eight. Stop. Kick. Oh. Hook. Seach. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot. Hey.
I don't know about you guys, but it feels Adam Hunt can't hit his quite as hard as we can strike hard, but it, feels pretty good to feel the resistance, a little bit of striking,
Hi,
and
Sensei.
and having a good solid target on those. We can also do those. You can do those, body change style. Do that body change, bam, come back and hit.
Hi.
Yeah.
If you want to have it, if you want to change body, feel free. I don't have quite the space to move around and strike with the stick, so I'm gonna kind of be head on here. But if you want to do change body, please feel free. All right, number two, lateral, side lateral. Yes, and this will be interesting, at least for me, because he's got a hand up here, so got a hand to worry about, or if
Yeah.
hands get in the way, then you can come up underneath a little bit and aim for the ribs, but the target side of the head.
Right. And so that's a really good point. So now again, this is the real world, quote unquote, matches, the Kihon is expecting one thing. Like, I've just got a solid surface. You guys have both got arms over there. So this is one of those where, like, now you're gonna have to adapt the Kihon for what actually happens, which is much like what you got to do in real life. So guard head.
Nice. Come on. Each. Knee. Thump. Cheek. Go. Hey. Hook. Six. Hatch. right, number 3, low helicopter. Boom. This is also where having resistance comes in handy. Nice to have a knee to aim at. Come on. Hitch. Knee. Some. Shake. Go. Three. Up. 6. Hats. 2. 2. 3. Nice. All right. Second verse, but in a higher key. High helicopter. All right. And again, if you have arm troubles, you do here, or you can also do here. So you can come up into the armpit, come hit the floaters.
You can just hit him in the arm.
Or you can hit them in the arm, which is, if they have a weapon, not a bad place to hit them. So they drop that weapon. All right. Ready? My hits. Nick. Stomp. Kick. Go. Go. 6. Hats. 2. 2. Hey. Nice. All right. Let's see. Number 4. Is this the curl jab? No, that's earlier. Oh, yeah. How can I forget?
That's just vertical.
I thought that was 5. That's 4? Okay. 4 it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
here.
is 5. You're miscounting. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, hey, right. I am miscounting. I lumped in the 2 helicopters as the same one in my brain. All right, excellent. That's why I was kind of foundering, because I was like, 4. What's number 4? Gotcha. All right, vertical block, or in this case, a strike to the giggleberries, or arm.
Yeah, so you two can use the arms. Me, I'll have to turn this into sort of a strike. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
It could be a push or a shove, but I don't have legs to get it in between to do the push and the shove. So, yeah, you could definitely turn that into a moving the arms out of the way, or a straight up just block. Either way,
Yep.
dealer's choice.
Yep. All right. Starting off. Right side. Come on. Hitch. Nate. Sump. Cheek. Go. Go. 6. Hatch. 2. 2. 3.
Either way, it's good to have baby here to be my center line.
Yeah. 8. All right. Number 6. Standard jab. Low jab.
Yeah, so on this one, if you don't have the, at least you can just use it as the center line deal number, like, and so since I've got the handy dandy century set up here, I can hit it and just make sure. So just going from the mechanics and making sure that wrist is straight, hand comes all the way over, elbows are in nice and tight the way they're supposed to be. You don't need to try and knock your guy down.
Hi, Sensei. My pitch. Nick. Stop. Shake. Go. Rook. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Three. All right. Second verse in a higher key. Right into the throat hole or nose if you can get it. All right. Come on. Pitch. Nate. Son. Hey. Shake. Go. Hey. Rook. Hey. Six. Hutch. Two. Three. Two. Three. Nice. All right.
Now, one thing I would caution, I was just noticing it, I don't, I don't know if everyone does it, when usually when I do the jabs or the punches or the strikes, I come back. So, you know, if I do, then I come back. And the reason why is because eventually I was gonna have to fight this guy, and if I don't come back, it comes back into it. So that's a good shot, because that shouldn't happen, you know, out in the cul-de-sac. The good thing about that is if I don't have a good stance and I do it and it comes back, it's gonna ruin my stance a little bit. So if I'm gonna leave it out there, I need to make sure that I'm structurally sound, good stance and good posture with the hands. That way when it comes back, when I have it, if I don't, if everything's not lined up like it should be for a strike, then I come back or my arms flex or whatever. But I mean, when you're hitting somebody, boom, you don't want to leave that out there necessarily, because for me, it's like, well, if you miss, then it's just hanging out by them, be able to grab. I want to hit and then come back. So,
Sensei.
you know, hit, come back.
Hey.
And in this case, if he bounces and then he comes back and I've retracted, he's just going to run right into it, which is fine. But that probably won't be happening in an actual application. So, just
Hi,
a
Sensei.
word of the wise guy. Hey?
Hi,
Next.
Sensei. What do we got the curl, jab.
Okay, see, so you guys, yep, there you go, Drew. So you guys got arms that you can, you know, move it out of the way. I guess maybe I could get my arm simulator 5000 here. And it's not great.
Very,
it
very
works,
good arm.
it works about twice. But like for this, for me, for my guy, I can, you know, like maybe move it out of the way
Hi.
and then strike.
Hi.
So, which is again another good reason for that whole bringing it back. I'm curling, I'm bringing it back, and I'm striking. Moving this out of the way, I'm bringing it back, and then I'm striking. So your mileage will vary with whatever guy you're dealing with there.
Come on, Bob. Oof. All right. Again, start on the left side. Start on the left side. Come on. Hitch. Knee. Stop. Cheat. Go. Hey. Rook. Six. Hutch. Cute. Two. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, so on that guy, I was basically just kind of moving it out of the way and then retracting coming back. And I had to move my feet just a little bit. But the big flack in this, and the reason why this popped in my mind to do, which I didn't think was gonna mess up my back that much, but is because now we all three have a target to play with now. So doing bow, we can adapt as we would have to do when someone's swinging a bow at you. If you're doing a Joe against a bow, or bow versus a bow, or somebody's really tall, somebody's really short, whatever's going on. Now we got to adapt the technique a little bit, and we have something to adapt it against.
All right, Sensei. All right. I believe number next is the side curl, jab to the throat.
Right. Ooh, this is gonna be fun because when I turn on and move it, it's a moving target. So I've got to hit it in the middle.
Nice. All right. My hitch. Neat. Son.
Oh, listen.
Cheat. Go. Hey. Rook. Six. Hatch. Good. Two. Yeah, that's kind of handy. Can also, like you were doing, if this arm is lower, so it's just like, boom, clock him in the head and then hit him in the chest. Don't even have to get this, don't want to come low. So you miss that, bam. Nice.
Yeah.
Over here, that arm's in the way. Let me move it.
There you go. Yeah. See, so I mean, you got to adapt. It's not going to be the same both times. It took me this side. I was actually pretty good about nailing him. Right side, hitting it for some reason, I would always, my timing was off. I'd miss by. So chances are I'm not going to be doing it this way anyway. So it's okay. But that's a good way to know. What my hand-eye coordination is slipping.
All right, Sensei. All right. I believe we are now to the overhand row. Yep. Ready? My hitch. Neat. Son. Yeah. Jeez. Sheet. Go. Rook. Six. Hutch. So is that, are you using that first one as a block or just as a wind up?
I was trying to use it as a block, it didn't work out really well
Yeah,
in this situation.
I was like,
I was
circus.
just trying to like buy change. 1, 2.
Okay. So the initial bit is the block.
Yeah, clearing the weapon and strike.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
In French, we call it a moulinet.
Well, we. Okay.
Oh, we do we? We. Or new.
La la. We. All right.
Sounds like a
No, wait,
thrust.
new is our, right?
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Excellent. Okay. Well, now we get to go for the underhanded trick. Boom. Yep. Come on. Hitch. Nate. Salt. G. Oops.
Yeah, you can probably do that against the arms.
Go. Hook. Six. Touch. Two. Two. Nice. All right. Now we come to the fun one. Figure 8. I believe.
Then it's just pick the metal. I don't think we need to strike or do anything with that on these. Some of these we don't have to make them like tactical. It could just be like, okay, now we have a center piece to work around. So you could work around the hands or just work around the body. I'm just gonna work around the trunk. Pick a center
Hey.
line.
Hey. All right. My peach. Nate. Salt. G. Go. Stitch. Touch. Two. Two. Yeah. I will that one's hard. I'm gonna have to work on that one. That one I think is, for me, conceptually the most difficult to actually get the targets. So I just,
Yeah, it's.
Hmm.
I. It's kind of like, for me, it's applied at however it needs to be applied. So
Yeah.
you're here, you mind your own business, standing in Kamai as one often does when you're hearing about, and they do a low strike or something like that, and this is, you're parrying that low strike and then hitting them maybe in the throat or in the face or whatever, and then it's coming around and maybe you're hitting them in the head. In that case, maybe pop them in the side of the head, and then you're hitting them on top of the head, and you just keep going. But it's like it's not gonna all be a continuous movement. But it's
Yeah.
like there's a strike, there's a strike, there's a parry, there's a strike, there's a block, there's a strike, or there's a block and
Yeah.
there's a block. It's it kind of it's a choose your own adventure of the technique based
Yep.
on the fact of whatever it is that's coming your way. I mean, so if maybe they're jabbing at you and you're knocking it down this way, and then so since you've knocked it down that way, you're gonna come in with a strike to the back or a poke. Could just be boop. But it's just that's where that the bow is there and ready to do its thing, right? And they come back around the other, and then smack it down, and come back with a reverse lateral or whatever. It's for me the function of the drill, as well as just getting sort of the flow and feeling, make sure your body's not doing this number while you're doing it, is at the level of you walking death machines, is just seeing where the strike would be, because it will probably almost never ever be a continuous series of strikes or blocks.
Hi, Sensei. Hi.
Ideally. And, and if you're fighting somebody that can take a shot with from a piece of oak or hickory,
Yeah.
then if you have to hit them 4 times, run away.
Right. Hi, Sensei. Hi, Sensei. All right. Number next. The other Pinon showed or bow shodan. So knee, shoulder, head, up, 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 boom. Yeah. And so I can see definitely too with a lot of the parries here, strike here, but parry, strike, parry, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to try it on the inside as well as on the outside and see what that does.
That's exactly what I want you to do.
And see what it is like. So I'm going to assume for the first couple that my guy here has no weapons and I am, except for his LSD fixation and PCP strength. So I'm going to try and put him down. All right.
And I'm sure you're justified to use a weapon against an empty-handed opponent. So
I can go one level above my opponent in order to preserve my safety.
there you go. I fear for my life.
So if he's empty hand, I can use a club. If he's got a club, I can use a knife. If he's got a knife, I can use a handgun. If he's got a gun, I'm probably gonna get shot. All right.
Well, that attitude.
Bye. It's Nate. So she go. Sitch.
One time they're gonna be pretty.
Hutch. Two. Two.
Nice. Yeah. So it's what I'm seeing and what I was hoping to see in this pool there that we're doing here is to see how you guys are adapting to whatever's going on. And you know, you're very quickly leaving the this is the way it's gotta work, and or this is the way it's supposed to work, to moving this is the way it's gotta work. And everything's starting to get a little more fluid and flowy. But you're also finding your targets. And that's what I wanted. I wanted you to feel like, okay, this is the situation you're dealing with. How am I gonna do the technique? And if you're like me, because I can't see everyone when I'm doing it, is I kind of shoehorn the technique in a little bit for one or two, and then I realize it's not gonna work. So then I start going for, all right, here's my targets. The arm, that's my target now. And then the body, that's my target. The head, that's my target, because that's where it is relative to how you're doing the technique. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be, adapting on the fly. There's the target. That's what I'm going to destroy.
Hi, Sensei. Arigato.
Hey.
Let's see. We're on what, 15?
No,
14.
yeah.
Well then, for sure, there's only 15 of them,
There's 16.
and we're definitely still before 15.
Yeah.
They're shy of 15.
So the next one is this the low helicopter return? No.
Yeah, I think so. It's not? What
Thought
up?
thought it was high,
Oh,
high low.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So high.
Also missed lats so far.
Oh, right, right. Forgot that. How could I forget that? Right. All right. Well, let's do the belly roll, the lats. So we'll start from the belly roll. Am I? Each. Neat. Salt. Sheet. Go. Hey. Hook. Six. Hutch. Two. Two. Nice.
Right? So when you're like striking that bad boy, it's like you can really feel it in your wrists. It's like you don't feel it just doing this, And you
Yep.
can't really feel that when you're working with somebody. Because you can really
Yeah.
do that maybe once or twice, and then they're done. So it's kind of nice to be able to hit something and hit something.
Yeah. What's interesting is if when they have arms, it's like you can hit them in the lats because they're leaving it open, or boom, hit the arm and then come back and clock him. But the thing is, at least with my dude, since his arm is cocked up so high, I could come high and hit high to get it out of the way and then hit low, right? Because ostensibly, hopefully, I've just broken his forearm and then come hit low. So
Well, I mean,
kind of interesting how that, you know, I mean, you could still do the original technique as well, but it's interesting. It's fun having some targets.
Well, it's kind of good to shake that up, right? So instead of, doing here, bam, doing sort of mid, high, yeah, go switch up and go like, high, low, high, low. So it uses a different kind of combination of your muscles. So anyway,
Yeah. All right. I think now it's a high low. So high, low. So high block, and then low helicopter. Come back. Each. Knee. Sump. Cheat. Go. Back. Seach. Hatch. Shoot. Shoot.
nice, really good footwork, Adam. And look at it looked to me like you were doing the footwork, and then wherever you were, you still did the technique. You just did it because there were a couple times it looked like you were maybe a little more off center line or a little deeper or whatever, but the technique still stay nice and fluid and striking. But your footwork was very deliberate, so that looked really nice.
Nice. All right.
That was an interesting combination to try to figure
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, it's it's good because maybe sometimes you're gonna have to like move on the fly, move the bow a little bit on the fly to get to your, you know, move around a body part, another bow, an arm, whatever. A tool. That's one of the good things about doing it in here is yeah, you may have to move it around something to get to your block or your strike or whatever. So that's what I was hoping that would come from doing this is have is adaptability, right? And make it happen. So nice. What do we got
All
now?
right. I believe the next one is low helicopter return. Ah, dang it. Full cue.
Yeah, we combined two of them there.
Not very sexy, but it's okay.
Oh, wait. So this one, I thought this one was up, down, and then we also have down return.
Well, it's just ups and then
Oh, this is
just
the
down
what
hands.
we always called pass hands. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
all right, fine.
That's why I
So
called it
we
an
had to-
interesting combination.
Okay. Right.
I thought it was intentional. You fooled me.
Right. Good. Well,
because
it was intentional.
He's such a good instructor.
All right. So pool cue. So
Well,
make
because,
sure.
yeah, I mean, this is not particularly sexy
No.
with an opponent, So yeah, so well done, Judo.
Oh, we already essentially did that at one point. I mean, it's just number 5 but higher. So I just like doing boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to me, boom, just come up first and then just reverse it. Kind of handy. Makes it a little more exciting.
That's good.
All right, pool cue. target is throat, or if you really want to aim for targets, the septum right under the nose. You can try for either or.
And on this one, I think
Mid
it's
chest
probably
if you want.
a good deal to try and really work on the footwork.
Hi,
You know,
hi, Sensei. Good
because
call
you've got
out.
the distance, so you might as well just work on the footwork.
Hey. All right, come on. Hitch. Nate.
Most of us have the distance.
Yeah.
There
I have, there we go.
On.
you go, adapt, no problem.
Shoot. Go. Up. Six. Touch. Two. Shoot. Nice.
Good, very good.
Yeah. On that one, I was just mostly working on my targeting because on my right side, I have a lot better control where I want to put it than my left side. So several times it was like, boop, what? Nope. So I want to get Bob right in the nose or the throat.
Yeah. And on mine, because it's sort of a curvy plane there, like if I don't hit it on my center line, then it glances off.
Yep.
So I've got to hit it right on my center line. Because if it's off a little to the left or left a little to the right, actually off a little to the left, it'll well, okay. Anyway, so then what I ended up doing was I just started dropping it, I dropped it down about a foot. And I'm trying, because that way, just for angle purposes, it is a little more solid in the middle, so I can do that a little bit better.
And then I don't have room for this one, but if anyone else does, I was thinking about what Adam was just doing, was, after you do this, right, one of the warm-ups is, you take the hand and swing it, over your hand. So it's like after you pow, then if you have the room, like I don't, and you just pop it, whoa, man, that's gonna be fun to get down.
Oh, what'd you do?
Clocked my ceiling fan things, and it went up and around around the fan. Fortunately, it wasn't on. Huh. All right. Well, fun. But yeah, I clearly do not have the. Well, maybe I have the space for it now. I clearly do not have the space, but that's one of the warm-ups is swinging one-handed, swinging the bow at the end and swinging it in the figure eight around you. And it's also, I think there's one with two hands, just kind of swinging. It's one of the warm-ups, but it's a nice follow-up to that. If you happen to be far enough where you get both hands close together, then you can just come around and swing it, and you've still got some of that distance. Suboptimal, but a technique nonetheless.
Hey, not every thing you're going to be involved in is going to be optimal when you're in a defense situation. So
Exactly.
make it happen.
Exactly. All right. Am I missing any others? Did I miss any of the other ones?
The big ones, but I don't know if we can do.
No, I got that one. Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not gonna do those.
Yeah, we can do like one of them come up here and then come up here.
Yeah, I don't have the space for that. And in order to do that implies, you know, that more area on the sides of their target than I have. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to do them, we can, but I'm only going to do half of them.
Well, only do half of them.
All right. Well, then we can do.
Or do that half twice, and that's 10. Ooh.
Right. All right. Well. All right. What I will do instead is essentially I'm going to do the
Yeah,
basic.
okay, very good. Nice.
So, if you have the space, do the correct one. If you don't, you can do the one of the basics or one of the bow typo.
We'll consider this an homage to the technique.
Hi, my peach. Neat. Huh? Cheat.
Right there.
Go. Up. Stitch.
Nice move, Adam. Nice move. Boom. Yeah, prosecute him, Drew. Prosecute.
Touch. Shoot. Shoot. And then yeah. Let's see. So that was down, down. So the next one is the high, high. It's the because we did the down. Oh, it's the straight down. Yeah. Yeah. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, I just on that. That's why I just did that. Was one come up here, shoot. Okay, because it was like
Yeah.
I just did it straight up here and then straight up here.
And then so that brings me to an interesting point because the first one is a down strike followed by another down strike.
Oh, it's a
Yeah, it's a big
Right, but it's low, so it's like, are you striking the knee or the foot?
pretty sure they're all
Knee.
knee.
yeah knee is. I mean, because if they just lift their foot or whatever, that buggers it. But if you're in with that knee, you're gonna catch
Yeah.
shin, knee, something. But you come down at an angle as opposed to coming straight down. So
So is it an angle? I always had done it straight down. Yeah. So it is coming diagonally.
yeah, because you're really not supposed to be. In my head, you're not supposed to be really that super far out to come to the side. It's supposed to be they're there and you're like, and you're dropping down. So it's a shoulder to, well, I mean, just like, so it's not really supposed to be an out. It's supposed to be more of a downward sort of chopping, striking block.
So I guess the question is the target top of the knee? Like ostensibly they're going to be bent, right? But even if they're standing up, their knee's going to be relatively straight. So is the target here or is it over here? Because if it's over here, I would come more at a, more at a 45 diagonal than a, near 90 diagonal.
Yeah, I envision it more on the side.
Yeah.
You know, because even though you're doing a body change, that's on these. I really don't see them as a sort of, you're getting off the 45 a lot. Like I'm saying, is like you're basically, whatever it is, and you're, like they're sterilized right here, and you're popping them.
Yeah.
So you don't, if anything, you're just trying to kind of maybe get it around their body a little bit, or their
Right.
bow or something to strike, and it's a shot to the side of the knee. As opposed to a swipe this way, because you're kind of taking it out and back. It's much more, it's staying within your sort of torso area, just like you're doing high strike and low strike.
Nice
And
and
shoulder to hip. So, because again, we're not dealing with having to be super strong. You're hitting
Right.
a relatively weak part of the body with something that's relatively strong.
Right.
So, so even if you just can't, well, I mean, again, it's like hitting like a coffee table, right? Like the coffee table is a hard piece of something, and it's hitting a relatively vulnerable part of your body, and it doesn't have to do it that hard. So, if you don't have to like get a big everything in there. Yeah, it's great if you do. I mean, within the bounds of legality. But to get the effect that you want, I don't think you need as much as you might think you need. So, just like, my favorite technique and Boyanda is that wind up and strike is like, but do you really need that? Probably not, but it's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Sensei. Domo arigato.
and that's all I have to say about that. Oh, almost no time. Look at that. Time flies, we had fun. Um,
Oh.
The so so here's an interesting thing. I was watching the animated movie of you can put both away if you want to, or you can hang on to them. I don't care. I was watching the animated movie version of The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller.
Yeah.
And the fight scene between spoiler alert, have you guys seen read the Dark Knight? Or
Yes.
do you even care? Okay, so the big fight scene with the mutant leader, both of them really, but really the second fight was really well done from an animation standpoint, as far as like he was doing like a lot of blocks and like elbow blocks and stuff, and like the guy's punching, he's like covering over. But what I was noticing was like in the fight, because as we all remember, Batman is aged, and he's fighting a relatively young, strong dude, and so a lot of the things that they were doing, I was really surprised that the animation was. You could really see that he was attacking the limbs. He was attacking the mutant leader's limbs. He was like, I mean, he just like doom doom, bam, and it's like doing like multiple strikes along his arm, and like
Nice.
doing a lot of like moving the arm out of the way, and I was like, wow, whoever choreographed the animation for this fight scene really knows what they're doing, because they're really like he was really like punishing that what was going on. I mean, they had some like kooky high kicks and stuff like that, but a lot of the I mean, he was like, you could see him was like hitting the bicep. I mean, it was very very clear. If you get a chance to watch it, just because it was like that was like, I don't see a lot of animated fight scenes, but they're usually pretty fanciful. But this was like pretty like, oh, wow, he's really like fighting like Batman would reference fighting in the comic. So that was cool.
You should also check out Batman Ninja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a ninja?
Yes, but it's also done in anime style.
Oh,
It's a very contrived plot, but he ends up getting transported to feudal Japan, apparently. So
that's not
it's
contrived at all. Happens
it
to me
is
at least
it is
twice a year.
yeah, it's you'll probably at the end of it be like, what did I just watch? But it's
We had when I was in New Mexico, the daughter of the Ishinru guy that I was training with, she was a black belt Ishinru as well, but she was dating a guy, and he came to class, and he was Chris was like, yeah, let him lead a class because he studies ninjutsu. I'm like, okay, sure. So I came to class, and he was talking about the stuff, doing all these roles and whatnot. Anyway, but he had like, some of his ninja stuff on, and he had like the little Batman gauntlet,
Yeah.
spiky things. And he's like, yeah, yeah, a lot of people don't know, but Batman was originally was a ninja. And I'm like, no, he wasn't. They just made that up for the movie. That's yeah. They just had to have a reason to have the things on there. Okay, all right, okay, you're very excited about it, so I'll, I'm whatever. I was like,
That
okay.
was fairly canon.
Say again.
It was fairly canon that he studied ninjutsu. It was also in the
Yes,
animated
but
movie as well.
well, I know, but I'm talking like, for those of us of a certain age who remember him, Batman from the
Right.
beginning.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's what
Can't
we
be
call a retcon in the business.
Right.
It's canon now, and yes, because now, I mean, it makes sense, right? So, but before that was just a design thing, and then they
Yeah.
had to make it, then someone made it functional, and then someone had to make a reason to make it functional, and then Chris Nolan came along, and boom. And I'm not saying it's not cool, but it was just, it's like, okay, kid, let me explain it.
Yeah.
Batman back in my day did the Batusi. He didn't do ninja stuff.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kids. Yeah. All right, well, I gotta go. Beck's gotta do an online test, so I gotta roll anyway. Anyway, yeah, so that worked out better than I thought. That's cool. So maybe what's today? Monday? So maybe Thursday we'll do the same thing. Maybe we'll take the kata and do the same thing and break it down as a drill in the kata toward the
Nice.
bad. That way we're getting more, because it feels kind of nice to hit stuff.
Hi, Sensei. It definitely does.
And it definitely does, doesn't it? All right. Dudansha, take us home.
Hey, Kotsuke. Ushiro wa migi, kitobi o nasu.
On the way out.
Shomen.
My back feels so much better. Thanks, guys.
Good. Sensei nire. Sorry, Seiza.
Well, let me say that before I do this. Okay, all right. Oh, there it is.
Sensei nire.
どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。野村さん。シータ。
Sensei gata nire.
どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。大先輩、気をつけて。ありがとうございました。
お願いします。
やば。
Sensei nire. Sayonara, Sensei.
Sayonara, guys. We did it. We did it.